What's the most you've won and lost?
The most I've won in a day was 100,000 by myself. I won 100,000. Actually, it was 98,500. And the most I lost was, how much was the most I lost? Maybe 80, I think. Did I lose more than 80? I think it was about 80,000.
What felt more intense, making 100,000 or losing 80?
Making. It was that feeling of making 80,000 or 100,000 was like, I can't even compare it to anything. It was so crazy.
How'd that happen?
I lost. So I do that series where I gamble like one video's revenue worth, and I call it gambling my paycheck. And if I don't double it, I let the audience choose a punishment in the comment section. So whoever has the most likes, I failed to double it, and then the highest like comment was, take my win-loss statement from 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗧 last year. Whatever I was down, I had to win it back with that amount. So I think I had lost 144,000 in the last year. So I took 144,000 to the casino and had to go to a different casino because the limits were too low at 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗧. And I went out with, I only used like 40,000, maybe 50,000, and I won 98,000 off of that. I was playing craps, so I went on like a really good roll at the craps table, and then I played like a one baccarat hand and had like a crazy huge win where I bet like 25,000 and won 50. And I was like, yeah, screw it, I'm done. Like, I was just like, I'm not even gonna keep chasing it, because like if I just lose this 100,000, like I'm just gonna be devastated, and like, yeah, my dopamine is gonna be at the complete pit. So it's like, I'm just gonna take the 100,000. I'm just gonna walk away.
I actually like that because I watched that video and I was rooting for you. And that was one of the few times I've seen a creator say, hey, look, if this is the punishment, I'm going to do it. And you like half did it. Like you gambled a lot. You didn't gamble the max amount. You didn't double it, which you were supposed to do by the top comment. But you're just like, hey, look, like, and it was a very humanizing moment. Because I'm like, dude, I see this guy for a guy who's stoked he made all this money. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, but like, I get it. And so I don't blame him for wanting to call it quits. Like, did you experience any hate for going back on your word for that? Or
I don't think I experienced anything. Most of the time, luckily, my audience is like so heartwarming and like loyal and supportive that I'll like, if I would have continued and like, let's say I lost that 98,000 and then lost 144,000 that I had started with, they would have said, you were so dumb. Like, why didn't you just take it when you were at 98,000? Like, you don't have to go all the way. Like, everyone is like super supportive of me, which is super cool to see. And I could like truly feel the love through the comment section. But yeah, everyone, like when I cashed out the 98,000, everyone was like, good idea. Like, I'm so glad you took that and you didn't continue going. Like, we don't care about the punishment. Like, you know, we just want you to win. That's all they care about. Literally every video, it's like, we just want you to win. We hate seeing you lose. So I knew when I was stopping halfway that I didn't complete the punishment, but I was just like, I already know like the audience is going to be okay with it, because first off, we won 100,000 and like, you know, we didn't push the limits too far.
what's the biggest win you've ever seen in person?
I walked past someone in a casino and they hit $1,000 and it was like 280,000. So that was the most I've seen. And I can only imagine the dopamine they got from that.
Yeah. So when you go to a casino, is there any trick to figure out which machines pay out the most?
There's this world of AP slot players, which like I think in long term isn't really going to last that long. And like there's certain machines that have like a must hit buy and whatnot. I guess you can get lucky with that, but you also you are gambling, you know, you're going to go against the odds. So sure, there's maybe a certain amount of time that'll work, but no, there's no trick to it. It's all computer algorithms and getting lucky and showing them at the right time and hitting their button at the right second. It's all randomized.
So is there any way to beat the casino?
There is technically if you're counting cards playing blackjack. And technically you can't do it with poker, but if you're counting cards with blackjack, which is why most casinos ban counting cards and kick you out. But there you could get a slight edge playing blackjack if you're counting cards, and you could beat the casino long term. But you're struggling with being able to stay in the casino playing.
Yeah. Have you ever seen someone get kicked out for counting?
Oh God, yeah, every day. every day.
Really?
Yeah, every day. Counting is like a huge community.
What's the tell? How do they get caught?
Bet variance. So if they're playing blackjack and, they have $3,000 in blacks and $500 in greens and they're betting $25 hands, the count's low, and then the count's high, they do 1,000. And then they win, and then they go back down to 25. It's they change their bet sizing depending on the count. So if the count's high, positive, that means there's a lot of face cards that are still in that deck, so they start betting high. But obviously you're still,
Do you know how to count cards?
I do not know. I do not. I barely know how to count.
Is there any way that someone would be able to get away with counting cards?
Yes. There are people that do, but because of the way it works and how much you have to change your bet sizing with the variance, it's hard to stay undercover. But there are some casinos that don't mind it. Like in California, I believe. Actually, I think they just got rid of blackjack in card rooms. But typically in a card room, there's the casino where they're the dealer, and then there's a third party that's a banker. And that's how they got around like the casino law. So the casino doesn't care if you count cards because they're just making a commission or they're splitting percentages or whatever. Just a banker would have an issue, but they can't do anything about it.
Got it. So is it ever profitable to go to the casino for the average person?
No, God, no. No, you'll lose.
No profitable strategy ever.
No, unless you somehow win one time you play and then walk away forever.
What do you think about Mickey Mays, who says that he has a strategy for baccarat?
Yeah, doesn't exist. It's funny. I actually met him right before he started all of his social stuff. Right before he started it.
Where'd you meet him?
At right across the street, actually, right down the street from here. Which is funny enough, at a park.
At a park?
Yeah. So I was. It was during COVID.
Yeah.
And all of us, we were riding scooters and bikes and stuff, and we'd go to like, a park if there was like a street spot there, basically, that we'd all ride, like a stair set with a rail and everything. And yeah, out of nowhere, this guy shows up, and he's all tatted up, and I don't have any issues with Mickey at all. He shows up, and someone was telling me he's like a huge high limit gambler. I was like, oh, that's cool. He did not have social media at all at this time. And yeah, within like a month, he had started up his Instagram and everyone's sharing him, and he's doing all these videos talking about, high limit baccarat. He won 11 million. Now I have someone, I do know, my friend has actually worked on Mickey's team, and a lot of those stories are true. Like he did win $11 million and he did do this and he did do that. But you don't get banned from casinos for winning. Nobody's going to ban you for winning unless you're counting cards, right? Nobody's going to ban you from winning. They're going to ban you because you're a jerk. Your manners are whatever. You're a dick. That's what I'm going to say. If you treat the staff like a dick, or if you treat their property like trash, they're going to kick you out and they're going to ban you. You're not going to get banned for winning. They want you to come back in because they have the edge. Long term, they want their money back. So yeah, that's the only way you get banned from properties. And then the baccarat strategy just doesn't exist. If you know, do you guys know how baccarat works?
Yes.
There's no strategy. You can't make a strategy. It's impossible. You can't tell what card is going to come next.
Could you try counting cards in baccarat, or no? It's too many.
You technically, I guess you could, but there's so many decks. There's 8 decks, and I guess there's like some sort of math that you could do. But you also, most of the times, you don't know. They do a burn card, and then they burn so many cards that you can't see. It's. I'm sure maybe, but it's not realistic, I think.
So what's the most you've ever seen someone lose?
I just watched this guy lose $700,000 the other day.
What happened?
Some multi-gajillionaire from Texas playing slots.
Slots?
Fast spins.
You watched him?
$5,000 a spin like this. Wouldn't hit it and then watch it. He would fast spin like this. It was crazy.
How do you know that he was like this wealthy guy from Texas?
Oh, because he has like an Instagram and he like talks about it and stuff.
See, that is a person that has no dopamine.
Yeah.
Like,
no, he's
God.
screwed. Yeah.
If something happens, like let's just say his house floods, then he's just like, oh yeah, whatever. It's just 4 spins on, this slot machine. It doesn't matter. If something incredible happens to him, it's like, well, how can he compare that? Like he's like, I got an A on my report. And he's like, yeah, well, I just made $3 million in 2 spins. It's like, there's just
crazy.
no coming back from that.
Crazy. Yeah. And like, I've heard a story of like this guy lost $3 million in 30 minutes playing slots.
The biggest stage in world soccer is here, and right now, every single goal changes everything. Which is exactly why our sponsor FanDuel made things even more interesting with Every Goal Pays. And here's how it works. You bet on a match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. So the more goals in the game, the more bonus bets. All you have to do is turn on your token. For example, the USA beat Paraguay 4-1. That's 5 total goals in one game, and every single one pays out. So lock in your token and watch every goal matter. Visit FanDuel.com to get started now. 21 plus select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. 18 plus DC, Kentucky, Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MyReset. Call 1-888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Call 800-327-5050 Massachusetts. Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY New York. Call 1-877-770-7867 Louisiana.